Morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. As you can see, this wonderful background. Actually, it's quite terrible here. The weather's absolutely horrible, horrible. And if I were to kind of flick off the background, you'd be thinking, oh my goodness, what was that? So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do, we're going to talk about some news in regards to comparisons between certain strikers. No doubt you can see the thumbnail artwork. We've got Lacazette center, front stage center. We've got left, Calvert-Lewin, and right, we've got Richarlison. I did say I'll do like a comparison. And this is going to be my short comparison. It's not really scientific, but you can let me know what you think. We did do a poll. Would you take Richarlison at Arsenal? And oh my goodness, a lot of people were up in arms. And how can you talk about Richarlison? Yeah, well, I did anyway. There's also some comments in regards to our left back. He could be off. He could be off. Not sure where to, but he could be off. And that's it. So there's going to be two parts of the whole on this Friday afternoon show here on Cannon Fodder TV. See you in a few secs. Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this one. I hope you can hear me actually, because I'm not. Oh yeah, you can hear me. You can hear me. Can you hear me now? But anyway, the Friday afternoon show here, at least in the UK, we are back with some more new segments. Yeah, two parts of the whole. One whole, one divided. Goodness, fractions, man. Fractions a bit of a killer, man. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that. What I am going to do, I'm going to say to you guys, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, like it says there, subscribe to Cannon Fodder TV. Be part of the community. Let me change this. Let me change it. There we go. It looks better. Voila. So yes, indeed, we are back. There is no Easy Talk later on this evening, and there will be no Easy Talk the following Friday. I'm giving myself a break, a well-earned break. So thank you for that. Just a quick heads up, actually. Some people are losing their minds yesterday with the segment I did yesterday, the thumbnail artwork. Ramsdale dropped. Who told you? Who told you he's been dropped? He wasn't dropped. He isn't dropped. He'll be playing on Sunday. I just thought kind of evoke some kind of debate about Aaron Ramsdale. A little bit erratic. Last 3 days have been a little bit erratic. So I did ask a question: would you drop Aaron Ramsdale and play Bernd Leno? And people saying, Alex, are you crazy, Alex? Are you crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm just asking a question. I'm asking a question. Right. So, like we said, this is unscientific. Let me remove this. Comparison between Lacazette, Calvert-Lewin, and Richarlison. So let's from left to right. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, his stats. So over the last, actually, for this season so far, he's had 9 games. He scored 3 goals, no assists, but 2 yellow cards. Now, those stats are quite low compared to the previous season, where he played 33 games, scored 16 goals, no assists. Then previous to that, he had 36 games, 13 goals, and 1 assist. Now, the reason why there's been a decline, as I understand it, is because Dominic Calvert-Lewin has been injured for a large chunk of the season, this season. But I'm looking at, he's the most he scored over the last, say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons has been 16 goals. And that was last season. What I do like about him is that he's quite good in the air, something that Aubameyang wasn't good at, Lacazette wasn't good at. So I think he stands at 5'8", maybe a push 5'9", and that's Lacazette, that is, but not the greatest headers. But Calvert-Lewin, I do like that fact about him. Quite mobile. He could probably come off the right-hand side or the left-hand side, but as a main striker, yeah. So that's his stats there, and that's Calvert-Lewin, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So let's talk about Alexander Lacazette, Alexander the Hitman Lacazette. So his goal tally for this season from 20, and these stats are only based on Premier League outings, not cup games or Europa or anything like that. This is just based on Premier League games. So far this season, Lacazette 20 games, 3 goals and 7 assists, which is not bad actually, not bad. If you're going to come to a party, make sure you bring something in your hands, man. Don't come to the party with your hands long and nothing in your pockets. The last season, he's from 31 games, Premier League games, he scored 13 goals and 2 assists. And previous to that, from 30 games, he scored 10 goals. So he's if I had to look on average, he's like averaging maybe, I don't know, 10 goals a season, which is not really great, but he's chipping in. He's chipping in. And then the 2017-18 season, he scored 14 goals, and that was the most goals he scored in a Premier League. The Premier League, not cup games, not cup games included. In regards to Lacazette, again, he's sacrificed that kind of killer instinct that he had, where literally he's coming deep, defending, and like I remember the time when Arsene Wenger brought him, when he had like his first season, he would always be substituted between the 60th and 70th minute. And Arsene Wenger would say, well, the reason is because the French league and the Premier League is 2 different leagues, obviously, and he's just trying to get match fit, so he's not going to be playing 90 minutes. Now we see a Lacazette who's been with us for the best part of 4 or 5 seasons, and you see that he gets substituted now, doesn't he? But he's sacrificed being an out-and-out goal scorer, even though he's a number 9. Not the best header, but he does bring something to the party. 7 assists. 7 assists. Oh, bless me. So that is Lacazette. There is, again, when we've spoken about Lacazette, the second half of the season, we still say there's a question mark whether he's going to be staying or leaving Arsenal. And that remains there because we don't know. We don't know. There are only maybe 2 people could probably answer that question. Lacazette, you staying? He might say, no comment. Mikel Arteta, is Lacazette staying? No comment. So who shall we ask? I've got no idea. No idea. And then last but not least, we've got Richarlison. Now, I did say yesterday that I think Richarlison's stats read better than Lacazette. Now, again, these stats are based on only Premier League outings, not cup games. So over the last, for Richarlison, from 2018-19 until the current season, he's topped out at 13 goals. So 2018-19 season, and then the following season, he scored a tally of 13 goals. 2018-19, 13 goals, 1 assist, 5 yellow cards and 1 red card. In the following season, again, 13 goals out of 36 matches, 3 assists, and 8 yellow cards. Well, not good. And then last season, 34 games, 7 goals, 3 assists. This season so far, 18 played, 4 goals and 3. So again, I'm looking at that. I think probably he would tie with Lacazette. Again, I'm just trying to do the maths there. So I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? And it's not so much, I can't believe that Alex liked Richarlison. Players, it's not about liking players. It's about players coming to Arsenal and doing the business. A defender, can he defend? A midfielder, creative midfielder, can he create things? A striker, can he score goals? Or a combination of both? And that's what it's all about. It's not about liking players. If they can do the business, why can't we buy them? Why can't we buy them? I'm waiting. All right, so like I said, it's not a really scientific, comparison, with all the snazzy, diagrams, and I haven't got that. I haven't got that. So you can come into the live chat and tell me, again, out of those 3 players, there you go, Lacazette at front stage, Calvert-Lewin left, and Richarlison right. Who would be your favoured striker? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And then, yes, this one. I tell you what, man, is he going somewhere? Is he going? Is Kieran Tierney, off to Spain? Because it says here, Real Madrid's interest in Arsenal's Kieran Tierney has solidified following a month-long review of the Scottish defender's performances. According to another platform, the Spurs have been keeping a close eye on Arsenal, with scouts initially checking in on the progress of English international winger Bukayo Saka. Saka did impress, but another player to catch the eye was a 24-year-old left-back Tierney, who was watching action throughout the January and February. Real are looking for defensive reinforcements, and they believe that Tierney, who can also play centrally as well as at the left back, could be just the versatile player that they have been looking for the longest time. Sources have told the other platform, that Real's highly acclaimed chief scout Jimmy Calafat has watched Tierney himself and liked what he saw. So now Real are very much considering a move for the defender. Personally, I don't think it's going to happen. That's not going to happen. Actually, I'm not even sure why I'm even talking about it. But can you envisage a Kieran Tierney leaving Arsenal and then going to play for Real Madrid? Not now. Not now. Not now. Not ever. Not ever. I think we spoke about him last month, where he said if it were not for the fans would have been brilliant when he first came from Celtic. And he's thinking, well, Arsenal signed him and he was injured. But the fans, if it were not for the fans, I don't think he would suck it out. Getting homesick. Being away from your family and friends can be a bit of a killer. I mean, I've been in that situation, a few times. But yeah, Kieran Tierney, leaving Arsenal to go for Real Madrid. Nah. And actually, I kind of told a lie. It's not 2 parts of it's 3 parts. And Bruno Guimaraes actually comes out and tells us why he leapfrogged over Arsenal and signed for Newcastle. Yeah, explains why he snubbed Arsenal to join Newcastle. Asked about Arsenal's interest, Guimaraes told Sky Sports, I did speak to some other clubs, but the only concrete offer came from Newcastle, and I really wanted to come here. Yeah, I've always wanted to play in the Premier League, and on top of that, it was the start of a new sporting project for the club. Despite his reputation as one of the most promising midfielders in Europe, Guimaraes has only started once for Newcastle since his January move, scoring the winner in the 2-1 win over Southampton. On his first few months at St James's Park, the Brazilian added, since I've arrived, it's been incredible, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm anxious to play more. The fans here are really incredible. I'm very lucky. When I walk down the streets, I take pictures with the fans and I've spoken with them. And it's important for me to do this. If a club has a project and wants to aspire to the maximum, then it's going to involve winning the Champions League. It's the biggest club competition in the world, and obviously we're keen on winning the Premier League as well. The Premier League is fast and intense. It's physically similar to France, but it's not similar. But the Premier League is definitely faster. But the best way is to learn is by practicing so well. When I play, I'll be able to learn quickly. So Bruno tells us why he left. Was it Lyon? And I remember he was saying, I'm not moving anywhere. I'm staying where I am. I'm not going anywhere. And look at that. Money talks, isn't it? Money talks and money silences. Yeah, just ask Chelsea. Anyway, so that was the 3 parts of the whole news on Canon 40 TV. Another reminder, later on this evening, there is no easy talk. No easy talk for the next 2 weeks. Monday, there is no Canon project for the next 2 Mondays. Why? I'll give myself a break. Yeah, don't want to burn myself out. So that is why. No, don't ask me, Alex, why is it? Oh, Alex, why? The phone's ringing. Alex, I told you so. Friday 11th. What's that? At 20 to 4 local time over here, GMT time. All right. Before I go into live chat, I do actually want to look out and check the poll. The poll that we did yesterday was in regards to Richarlison. People getting so upset, man. People getting so upset. Well, why? Why? It's only a poll. So yeah, would you take Richarlison? Choose only one. I tell you what, it's quite close. Very, very close. Out of 769 votes. No comments yet. People just don't have time to, all right, I'll just vote. I'm just going to vote. 22 likes. 43% of you say, yes, you would take Richarlison at Arsenal. So would I, actually. I will take him. And then, of course, 57% of you say, no, Alex, no. Don't even go anywhere near Richarlison for whatever reason. And the poll that I think we did before that, kind of loading up the page, I believe it was, yeah, Thierry Henry versus Harry Kane. Actually, no, the King versus Kane. And people asking the questions, but why? Who was it who did the poll? Or it was me. I did the poll. And the reason why I did the poll was because Harry Kane has surpassed the King. The King scoring goals in the Premier League. Everyone's up in arms. Oh, yeah, he's the best striker. No, he's not. Not. Look in his trophy cabinet. If he has a trophy cabinet, he's probably got a plastic bag. And even then, there's no trophy in the plastic bag because Harry Kane hasn't won anything. Squat diddly. All right. Okay. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to go into the live chat and see who joins us on this particular show over here. Kwame says, been a while. It's been a long while. Actually, I saw you put a comment yesterday, I think. I believe, yeah. But welcome back, brother. More life and prosperity. Thank you. Image looks fuzzy. Yeah, because I'm actually using the virtual background. You actually want to see what's actually going on here. Do you want to see what's going on here? I don't think so. Rich people then take a break. I'd rather take Rashford over those three. You know what I thought about Rashford is, I don't know, his mannerisms, the way that he runs reminds me of Nicolas Anelka. I mean, Nicolas Anelka, of course, a lot better striker than Rashford will ever be. But when I look at him, when I see that he's engaged, when he runs, he does remind me a little bit of Nicolas Anelka. But that's an interesting player to throw into the mix. Rashford. Who would take Rashford? We're coming with the R's now, Richarlison, now Rashford. So you know what? I'm going to put that as the next poll now. Listen, we're on a run now, man. Let me put it up as the next poll. So would you take Richardson, Rashford? Let's have a look. Rashford. Question mark. Choose only one. Again, straight up, yes or no. I can't borrow this. I can't think about it. I'm not sure. Can't decide. Should Arsenal take Rashford? There you go. Straight up, yes or no. That's interesting. That's an interesting one. Calvert-Lewin, brittle, Lacazette overrated, Richarlison hot and cold. Oh. Oh my goodness. Well, the 3 goals up to March is not too bad. Well, our standards have dropped. Well, I'm looking at it from this point of view. If the guy is not going to score goals, he's got to come with something. And I don't want to, go on and bang on about, Aubameyang, yeah, put out on the left, coming off the left. Then we tried him for a couple of games in the centre. If he's not scoring goals, don't expect Aubameyang to defend. Come with something. Is he? You do not arrange a Lacazette contract after his time, so he's going to Leon. Hey, Marvelous Martin, what's happening, brother? Hey, long time, man. I'm good. What about you, man? Where you been? Maybe work, family, and maybe the times that we're coming live. But good to see you back, brother. Yeah. Marvelous Martin, man. May his soul rest in peace. Marvelous Hagler. Yeah, marvelous. Yeah. More money. Is that a song? Nuclear, hot. It's for Lacazette to move on. Done. Okay, not for of my favorite players, but thank you very much for your time for time for new blood. Why the Premier League are so hard to play in? Well, because the physicality, like Bruno just says there. He's saying that it's similar to the French league. I don't think it's similar to the French league. It's not similar to the French league. I mean, the physicality, the speed, the pace. It's not similar to the French league. And Lacazette is the father of the children. To be a top club, you have to spend the money these days. Yes. Yep. MLG says Jonathan David clear of those two, but unproven, untried, untested in the Premier League. I mean, how would he figure Premier League? Nobody knows because he's not Premier League proven or doesn't have experience in it, and that's the problem, isn't it? Richarlison as a centre or winger, ideally as a centre, because we've got Martinelli come off the left, we've got Saka come off the right. If we're short, we've got Pepe to come in for Saka, and Saka can swap over on the left. So ideally, a striker as a striker. The Audi Cup. Kane has an individual cabinet. Individual what, man? I would really want to bring in Rashford. He just needs a stability, and then his confidence will be back. A front three of Saka, Gabby on the wing with Rashford up top won't be too bad next season. Yeah, I mean, Jared, like I don't know. It's just when I see, because Rashford, he's lost form and he's lost his confidence. But when I see the guy run, I think he reminds me of Nicolas Anelka-esque. Again, he's not going to be as good as Nicolas Anelka. But is he worth a punt? His life now begins to be a little bit unbearable now at Man United. The only other striker that I remember, in the short memory, who came from United to Arsenal was Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck. So would Rashford want to come to Arsenal? Again, his life now begins to be a little bit unbearable at Man United. Would he want to come to Arsenal? I don't know. Rashford needs to add to his game. Too predictable. Need little flair in his thoughts. Is he predictable? I think he needs stability anyway, at least. And he needs game time, doesn't he, as well? Mitrovic, Fulham, give him a go. The thing is, John, Fulham are my second favourite team. And actually, I would say from 74, 75, the first FA Cup I saw was Fulham versus West Ham, where West Ham beat Fulham 1-0. Fulham was the club that I originally kind of took a liking to. I remember I went to the probably guys, you won't know London, but where I'm from, there was a place called the Angel, North London, and there used to be a sports shop, and I went there and I bought black shorts, like the Fulham kit. So I had a little liking for Fulham. The thing is with Mitrovic, when Fulham were last in the Premier League, Mitrovic was as blunt as a doorknob. Couldn't score for money. Couldn't score. and now he's broken all records now in the Championship. So what I'd like for Fulham is to have another striker who's just as good as Mitrovic. Would I take him at Arsenal? For me, no. He's an old style kind of striker, very cumbersome, very the physicality. But then we don't have that, do we? We don't have a physical type striker. But would I take Mitrovic at Arsenal? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. The guy blows hot and cold, man. Hot and cold. Another shout can be Dybala on a free. The only worry is the injury record, but he has been really good for Juventus overall with a decent strike rate as well. I think I featured him a couple of times actually over the last two transfer windows. But like you said there, the injury, isn't it? Don't be buying players that are injured. Use my hand instead. A false nine, different from a centre forward. Yeah. I will take Rashford if we get him under 40. We need 2 strikers in the summer, says Udvav Singh. Ian, good afternoon to you. I can afford to you and everyone watching here with 650 darling fans at York City on Tuesday night. Not bad for a fan-owned national. We don't have no fan representation on the board, Ian. And you're right, that is the way to go. Get fan representation on the board. I can't see it happening under, Stan Kroenke. I can't see it. It's not going to happen. Erling Haaland, or whatever his name is, Odegaard's mate. We won't afford him. We won't be able to afford him, John. He would cost. It will cost an arm and a leg. It's not. It won't happen. It won't happen. What if we go for Haaland's brother? Who knows? Well, then I might just come for me instead. Come for me instead. Do you know what, people? We have come to an end. I've been doing like short, sharp shows, and this is another short, sharp show. What you can do for us, if you want my kindly, is subscribe. And like it says there, subscribe to Cannon TV. Be part of the community. And I hope you did enjoy the show. Against a short, sharp show. And the weather's absolutely terrible over here. So I have to I'm actually at my mum's house. So I've got to make my way back home through the traffic in this horrible, horrible weather. But guys, thank you so very much for joining us here. And until then, you have been listening to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world.